I'm unmuting here just to reiterate. This content warning is probably pretty serious and pretty direct. If you didn't see the last stream for the old demo of Who Are You, or you didn't see the other recording that I put up to YouTube, you know, the actual one for the demo playthrough we did, I'm going to repeat the content warning here. I'm going to read out basically the first 3 paragraphs, or lines, whatever you want to call it. This game addresses sensitive topics such as depression, violence, blood, suicide, smoking, and problematic drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. If you or someone you know is struggling with depression, suicidal thoughts, substance abuse, please seek help. The gameplay and cutscenes depict traumatic events and mental health issues such as PTSD, self-harm, nightmares, hallucinations, violence, addiction, and the loss of loved ones. So I think this little menu section is different already because it's the house, whereas in the old demo it was the newspaper. This is going to be a bit of a different playthrough compared to what I normally do. This is more like a analytical comparison, I guess, of the two. First thing I want to point out though, and it annoys me greatly, I cannot go above 1920 by 1080. I can't. I can't, even if I put it to window. 1920 by 1080 is the highest this now goes. I swear the old demo could go to 2560 by 1440, which is still 16 by 9, but that's my actual monitor resolution. There's another game we'll be getting to, I think it's the next one, that has another issue in terms of resolution, but it's a relatively minor one. It's just a weird thing of how the game's detecting my resolution, but that's for that game. We're focusing on Who Are You for now. Also, I think there's the Roy, I think was his name. And if this game opens the same, sorry, if the demo, it's still the demo. If this demo opens up the same way as the old demo, then we're going to get straight into some of those scenes that have the content warning relating. Oh, I should reword this entirely so it makes sense. The opening cutscene is going to show those disturbing scenes that were mentioned in the content warning. So, this is your last warning. Or there is no intro cutscene. That's immediately very... Are we in the cabin? Quick catch up for the people who didn't see the old demo. You start, you have a flashback. Amanda, which is Roy's wife. The Roy is the main character. Amanda is hurting herself with, I believe, a screwdriver. Their daughter, Mattie, is... she's not on screen, but she can see what's going on. Roy stops her. Then Roy wakes up from a nightmare. You look around the house. There's an alien outside. There's a possible UFO overhead. Then you travel to the cabin. And then the cabin has various things hidden around it, like signs there's a cult. And then inside the cabin is an alien. And then demo ends. The windows here make me think we're at the cabin. There's a door over there too.
Amanda! Jesus Christ! Let go of our daughter!
I can't. I didn't mean to.
You're bleeding. What the hell did you do?
Please, make her stop. It hurts.
Amanda, let her go. You're scaring our daughter. Amanda, you've lost your mind.
There. Out there. In the trees. Watching. The lights. They're waiting.
Honey, I don't know what that means. Who are they? No, Amanda, something's not right with you. You did this.
Daddy, will Mommy be okay?
Go back to bed, Maddie. Don't look at her.
You can't let her out of your sight, Ray. For once in her marriage, listen to me. They want her. Every night they come closer and closer and closer. Pumpkin, stay here with Mommy. Please.
I'm trying to understand you. But this is crazy. Every damn time. I can't fix you.
They said 5 nights. Then I'm gone.
So, I guess we are at the cabin then. Nope.
What time is it? God, tonight sucked.
Ray, why are you so
How
quiet?
much worse can things get?
Ray, the entire conversation then with the TV was so much louder, and then all of a sudden he's a lot quieter. Either one is way too loud, or the other's way too quiet. And until we have another source of audio, I don't really have a way to tell which one's which. But the apartment is definitely different. We didn't wake up in bed, there's no... Well, so far there's no blood on the wall. It's not the light for the stairs.
Maddie? Is that you?
Okay, so the downstairs is different. Obviously the upstairs is as well. Matty's room was on the left. Our room was the right. Okay. We still
All I don't want
have...
Maddie to see is in this chest. I need to find the key.
The key was... It used to be over here. But I also see a tape. We need to find an actual tape player this time. Okay, crouching feels a little bit weird. I push crouch and it takes a while, like there's an animation that's playing. But standing up is instant, which is really odd. And not seeing a cassette player anywhere. Kinda want to find a cassette player first, although it might be in the wardrobe. So we'll go have a look. No, there's another tape. So the contents of the trunk are the same. Can't click on this if I crouch down. One cough fit later. Where is the tape player then? Is it Matty's room? Oh, that's kind of weird. I can go through the door. There's not a tape here.
Maddie?
Cassette player. Oh, the cassettes are mandatory now. And I have an alien mask. Oh, is there still a jump scare with the...
This thing always scares the shit out of me.
There is. There is a jump scare still with the weird mannequin. Sobriety chip for 1 year? Sorry, 3 months. That's right, 1 year was in Shadow of... Chorus of Carcosa. Which I need to see if I can submit my speed run for... well, speed runs. Tape 1, the night she vanished. How do I... oh, I just collect them? Do I listen to them all later? Perhaps. Perchance. Is there another tape in Matty's room? Oh, I don't have the ability to jump. We had the ability to jump in the demo, and we ended up getting ourselves stuck doing it. So I guess I won't be getting myself stuck this time. Which is probably for the best. I forgot to look into whether or not this is actually a game created by, I think the name of the company is Haunting Humans Studio. I know it's HHS. Yeah, Haunting Humans Studio. I know they have an itch page, I just forgot to actually check the itch page. That's completely on me, and I apologize. Now we gotta go try to find the other tapes. So, okay, the downstairs basically just has a dividing wall in it. Tape 3. Okay. Still would like to be able to listen to these tapes while I collect them, rather than at the end. I think there's more food in here than last time. Oh, well, we have a pet. Not sure it's the best kind of pet, though. So we have a set of keys over here. A letter from some Christian denomination. Could be evangelists, could be Mormons, could be anything. We have money. Alright, where's this fourth tape? So that was a flashback of some description, but also our daughter looks like a freak. There's no other way to say it. She looks like a freak. I know it sounds like I'm being harsh to the developers. I'm just trying to crack a joke. That the daughter's face looks like a white mask. Although that could very well be the lighting, but it looks like someone's put one of those what are they? The costume masks. Ones you then decorate and stick things to. Okay, we can sprint. Where's this fourth tape? Also, I knew to use the house key on the front door from the demo, because in that one, when you go downstairs and then walk to, like, the stairs in the old demo go that way, left, and then down, and then this wall isn't here, the stairs end here. The rest of this is pretty similar. Just things have moved around. You have some sort of like weird power cut earthquake type thing, and then you go to the front door. Is it in the bathroom? Weird place to keep your shotgun, but probably compliant with certain laws. Oh. So, he came to the bathroom, looked at the picture, came to the bathroom drunk, with a shotgun, looked at the picture, and didn't follow through, thankfully. So the tape isn't here either. Also, these are popping kind of weird. Yep, there's definitely no tape here. Is it in the backyard? Ah, an alien! I didn't even think to try and look through the grating. Again, old demo. As long as you didn't open this, you could see an alien, like, moving around back there. But obviously I'm too focused on trying to find a tape. We need to keep an eye out for aliens. Thankfully it's not on the grill. Oh, it's on the dinner plate. Yes, healthy meal, full of iron. L. Have fun with the fact that every time I put a marker in, I'm gonna crouch. Okay, I have the 4 tapes. Now what?
It's just about 4 a.m. here on 109 KP1, broadcasting live from Brightland, Sylvan Haven, keeping you company through the deep hours of the night. We gotta say big thanks for sticking with us. So moving forward, with a good old classic from Neon Daddy called Fragile Mind. Now sit back, relax, and let it take you somewhere now. Riding lost in the road, so fragile like a paper boat I go.
I can't stop the song this time. Just take a few steps upstairs. The reason I wanted to stop the tape is so I could quickly say that Neon Daddy, if I remember the credits from the old demo correctly, Neon Daddy is the voice actor for Roy. Roy? Ray? Ray? Roy? Ray... Roswell. They're all called the Roswell, but for now we only care about one Roswell. That's Ray, or Roy. But I remember in the old demo as well, a news thing comes on eventually. But yeah, we have 4 tapes and I can't listen to them. Ah! Ah, we can. I have to hit S to go to a different section. Oh, but we can't listen to them while we walk around. That's a little frustrating.
Dad, Dr. Harrison says talking might help. That maybe one day if you listen, you'll understand. I was just a little girl when it happened. You tucked me in, humming like you always did. The porch lamp still burning. I remember the radio drifting through the window. Hank Williams, his voice soft and scratchy. And then morning came and she was gone. You searched until your voice broke. I remember that. But what I remember more was what came after. The neighbors whispering the way they looked at us. They said your hands weren't clean, but I know it wasn't you. Something else came for her that night. Something none of them would name. You pulled me out of that town, away from their stairs. You saved me from them. But once we left, you stopped being my father, and I never got you back.
Okay, pretty sure we heard the end of the tape there, but it still says playing. Minor criticism for the Matty lines. Which is going to be ironic because I know the way I speak tends to like break flow and inflection all over the place, like my name's Alanis Morissette. Let me get comfortable so I can finish this point. It didn't feel like she was speaking to the anything, even if she is talking into the tape recorder. But I thought she was talking to her father. Either way. The way she was floating through the lines made it sound like she was reading a poem. And I don't think she was. There's also no visual difference between any of the tapes. Which is... interesting choice. There's only a difference here because I flipped that one around. But yes, yeah, the flow of that just seemed a bit weird. Grandma's house.
You dropped me off at Grandma's house every day and just left. I was 7, Dad. First, Mom disappeared, then you did too. Grandma tried to explain. She said you needed time to heal. But I didn't understand. I only knew the silence of an empty seat at the table. I tried to become Mom for you. I wore her old dresses, learned her recipes, read her books. I thought if I looked like her, sounded like her, maybe you'd come home. Sometimes Grandma cried when she saw me tilt my head the way Mom used to. She said I had her smile. I remember her putting on the Andy Griffith show in the evenings, trying to make the house feel normal, but out the window, the fields weren't right. Sometimes the corn would fly in overnight, in circles, neat as if pressed by invisible hands. Grandma said it was the wind. I knew it wasn't. The town called you a monster. But what you did to me was worse. You abandoned the only piece of her that was left.
Okay, so if she's actually using these tapes as a diary, or like an outlet, as opposed to it's supposed to be her talking to her dad, I can kind of understand why it is the way it is, and I think I heard her take a sip of something and put it down, so she's drunk as well while she's doing this. Again, it sort of explains why she's being floaty all over the place with her lines. And it is interesting that we now have this perspective of Matty, whereas we didn't actually have that in the old demo. Tell me more.
Sometimes you came back. Birthdays, Christmas. When the guilt was too heavy, you'd ruffle my hair, promise soon. But soon never came. You worked nights at the gas station. Said you were getting back on your feet. But I found the truth. Bottles, cigarette burns, bills stacked. Like tombstones. Rent and groceries paid for my part-time job while you drank away your pay. I studied medicine, Dad. Not because of you. You've never asked about my grades. I did it because Grandma told me who Mom wanted to be. A nurse, a healer. I thought if I followed her path, maybe you'll finally see me. But the nights never changed. I'd come home late from shifts at the coffee shop. Jukebox still ringing in my ears. And sometimes the air was like something breathing inside the walls. Lights flickering. Waking up outside, barefoot in the dirt, with no memory of walking there. I tried to tell you once about the buzzing, the missing hours. You just stared at me like you already knew. You weren't warning Mom anymore. You were hiding from me, from them, from everything.
Okay, so she was experiencing some of the more common... What's the word? Consequences? Side effects? Basically, the stereotypical things you'd see or hear about when it comes to people being abducted or alien activity is like... The power went out of my house. I woke up in a field. The nearby corn was flattened and turned into weird crop circles. The crop circle thing I kind of saw in the second tape, but I was like, okay, well, there are aliens. We've literally seen an alien in this demo. Except now she's directly being affected. She mentioned the power issues. Now she's waking up and losing time. So what's the last tape gonna be?
Dr. Harrison asked me what Mom would say if she could see us now, if she'd be proud. Would she be proud of a father who drowned himself in whiskey while his daughter raised herself? Would she want her family swallowed whole by your shadow? She sang me lullabies. She told me to be brave. She wanted you to protect me, Dad, but you couldn't. Or you wouldn't. I kept trying anyway. Medicine, school, the job. I thought if I became what she dreamed of, maybe you'll look at me the way you once looked at her. But it's too late, isn't it? Because they never stop coming. Not for her, not for me. The nights hum the way they did back then. The fields are waiting. And so am I. You'll understand when you see it for yourself.
Cool, she's completely lost the plot, gone insane, and thinks she's going to be abducted by aliens. And just saying that they're going to come for us too. Well,
That was Neon Daddy's fragile mind, always a favorite around. But now, folks, we got some news flowing in from south of Brightland.
interrupting here to point out two things. One, old demo. As I said, you listen to the the radio plays, and at some point, an alien UFO flies around. Before the UFO does its weird power trip thing, you get a report about rolling blackouts and power issues, and then it hits. Second thing, if I was supposed to listen to those 4 tapes before that was going to move on to its next stage, that is not 100% clear, because you only know to collect the 4 tapes if you open the tab menu to see that you have to collect the 4 tapes, but then there's nothing to tell you to listen to those tapes. And in the old demo, you would just listen to the tape when you picked it up, whereas in this one, you have to go to the menu and then go down and then play the tape manually. And you then have to wait for the tape to actually start. It could do with being a little bit clearer.
Heavy storms sweeping through the region and heavy rain and light will be causing power outages as we speak. Seems like... Oh, wait. Oh, no.
Oh. It's not letting me outside this time. The old demo it would.
Stay on my feet. What the hell is going on?
I don't know, Ray. What is going on? Is it a UFO? Is it the aliens? Have they come to take me to Zeta Phi? Maybe you were just a really big fan of Resident Alien. Go on, let's signal to them using the porch light.
This is an earthquake.
SOS. Wait, no, that's wrong. We need to do offs and ons. So S O S. Go on. I've sent the signal. Take me now! Oh, oh. Can I? I will become one of you. I will wear the mask. I have a feeling I'm supposed to have stood somewhere and hit a trigger. Oh.
Who in the hell could be ringing the doorbell after what just happened?
Okay, that's just the physics engine, sort of. Whoa! Oh, yeah, that's the physics engine having a real rough time of it. Let me guess. Oh, it's not on the porch this time. It's up by the gate. Did you see my SOS message? You come to deliver me a present? Help me, Ray!
What's this?
Cardboard box.
This better not be the neighbor kids pulling a prank, I swear to God.
Help me, Ray.
The hell? This handwriting seems familiar. But why? It's pretty late. Still not sure if I should open it, though. A cassette?
I'm still here.
Jesus! It is her handwriting. But how?
Why
Right.
now?
Ray, what did you sit down on? The stool was on its side.
Ray, I'm praying this message gets to you. This is so much to explain. They've imprisoned me all of these years for who knows why, and you are my only hope. You must do as they say, or they'll kill me. Please.
The hell just happened? I was just listening to her cassette and... Did I pass out? There's no way.
Okay,
This is our old cabin. Where Amanda went missing.
kind of early to say this is our old cabin, Ray, when we're nowhere near it. But when I mentioned earlier that the old demo was like, you woke up in the house, you got some things, the UFO thing happened, you appeared over here, you went to a cabin, this is that section. I know I keep clicking, and I know sometimes that noise doesn't sound quite right in the, you know, the recording because of how my audio is. But hey, I have a torch now. First impressions compared to the demo. I actually prefer this reduced view distance with the fog. I get that this is probably not entirely done for atmosphere. This might be one of those, it helps improve the performance, so we reduce the render distance, but choosing to have the fog like this, being more of like a volumetric thing rather than just like a hard, like, you just can't see this far, my guy, is very nice. We're walking this way because I want to see if the tunnel is still over here. This is also debatably one of the most useless flashlights I've ever seen. Oh wow, we have a hell of a gut. And the reason I say it's debatably one of the most useless flashlights I've ever seen is, can you tell that my flashlight is on while I'm looking at the ground? Now you can. Now you can't. Now you can. And yet it turns up really well on the side area. So like if I point over towards like the tree. Like, oh, is it actually like bound to the front of Ray? It's not my mouse? Okay. No, it is kind of bound to the mouse direction. But it's more like the orientation. Okay, that's a little bit weird. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad though, because if this is aiming for more of a survival horror sort of style, that's pretty much in line with what I would expect. Because, you know, tank controls are a thing.
Entrance, instead of wandering around like this.
Well, how about we run then? Because yeah, the up and down is a little bit controlled. I'm surprised we haven't hit the tunnel yet. There's the light. Okay, now, part of the reason why I wanted to run over here was, apart from, you know...
this isn't the right way.
Comparing things to what they were before. The other reason is because I distinctly remember near here was a missing poster. And I don't see it. Foxes. Cute. Man, the song What Did the Fox Say did some real weird things for Fox reputation, I'm gonna tell you that now. But yeah, I could have sworn there was like a missing poster near the tunnel. The joy of me uploading the archive videos to YouTube is that after I'm done, probably during that little break we'll have after the third demo, I can go and have a look and see if I was right, or if I misremembered it and it was somewhere else. But, yeah, a little bit odd to try and control the camera with both my control the flashlight with both movement and mouse look while I'm trying to check the trees. Yeah, because unless he physically moves... But again, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. There could be the style of game they decided to go with is more like tank control aligned than, you know, free float FPS view. It will catch some people off guard though, like it caught me off guard. The actual lighting of it though is definitely a thing that I can't really explain. Unless we look directly down at the shadow, the light just does nothing to it, but immediately illuminates the sides. It's really odd. So this way is and we can kind of see the outline of it from the illuminate. Oh no, that's just a lamp. This way was some sort of like lookout point with periscopes. Not periscopes, viewfinders. Oh, the missing poster is here. I see. This is Amanda Roswell, last seen in 1965. I think the year is still 1985-ish. I forgot to double check the date when we were inside of the house. So I'm hoping we'll see something else that could indicate the date. But this area is pretty much the same. Telescope, I guess. I don't know why I thought periscope. Unfortunately, we can't have a view of the city, town, whatever that was in the original demo. It's not here. But it's nice to see this area is still intact. It wasn't just cut completely. Just want to double check that this definitely isn't a me issue. You know what, let's crack this all up to extreme. I'm on a 9070 XT that's overclocked, I can handle it. Yeah, no, the town, city, whatever is definitely gone. Unfortunate. I also love the arrogance there of saying, I am on a 9070 XT, it's overclocked, I can handle it. It's not a high top-end, the price it should be a high top-end graphics card. But I've yet to run into a situation where I'm surprised it doesn't work. Or, doesn't... How do I put this? I have yet to have performance issues that actually inhibit my enjoyment of something. In fact, I don't really think I've ran into any performance issues in anything I've played. Apart from trying to do Metal Gear Solid 4. But that's an issue that might be resolved at some point in the future. We will see. This is a bug. We've picked up the missing poster and it's given us the chores list note, which is a note that I didn't read on the corkboard back at home. So that's definitely not the text that's supposed to be with this. I will say, the forest looks significantly better than it did in the old demo. Like, it is a lot more refined, a lot better detailed, definitely has less of a follow the path feel to it. And I don't mean that as in like, you don't know where to go. When people first make levels in anything, Doom, Quake, Unity, Unreal Engine, whenever they try to do like an open area, they will almost always have like a preferred path you follow. And so it will usually be obvious as to what that is, unless they've really shotgunned it and failed by overly detailing and not making it clear and interesting and everything else. At that point, it's a question of level design competency. But you can also end up with it on the opposite side from, I can just phase through this rock. On the opposite side of not being, I can phase through this rock. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Can I phase through a tree? No, the tree is actually real, Marwol. They're not lying to you. I'll get into why we've gone off the path in a second anyway. Back to the level design. So, when you make a big open area, you can have... Oh, this rock is real. These rocks are real. I feel like a playtester at the moment. Only because I'm just like... Because, as I said, we'll be doing more of an analytical comparison opinion sort of thing on this demo. Level design. Marwol, finish the point. Big open area. You can end up with either, as I've said, really unclear where you're supposed to go, really confusing area, or one very obvious, please go this way, don't go any other way, path. In the demo before this, if I'm remembering right, it wasn't flat and traversable like we've just done. It was raised, and there was like very clearly trees there to try and stop you from going that way. Debatably, I didn't try that much to walk off of the path. Whereas this, because it's flat, you still have the path you're supposed to follow, which was signposted by the posters. It's got the little bit of a embankment on it to show that it's like it's been trodden or not. It's a literal footpath. But you can go off the sides. Now, the reason why I'm going off to the sides is because in the old demo, there were things you could find. For example, can I mention them or are they going to spoil the demo? I'm going to think of how to word it. You could find evidence of a cult and evidence of a kidnapping. Now, that's why we're going off the beaten path, is because I want to see if there's anything like that here, or if it's going to be at the cabin. Because I'm going to do a little bit of investigating. I'm going to do a bit of searching. And I'm definitely going to make progress in the vague direction of where I'm supposed to go. Which I'm pretty sure I've now walked off the path completely. Judging by the embankment that's right next to me. Sorry, this is what I mean, right? So, we have this embankment here that I very clearly can't go up. Either because there's an invisible wall or the physics are just... it's too steep. In the old demo, I'm pretty sure that sort of embankment was on the path. Hence, what I said earlier about the path is more natural, it is better. You can actually go off the path and wander around if you want to. Feel free to get lost. I'm not lost though, we can go back this way. Ta-da! As I said, signposted with the posters of Amanda, which is very clever. The posters are going to be naturally reflective. As you can sort of see, they pick up the yellow, which contrasts with the tree. I'm going to chalk that up to intentional design, so that if you do get lost and you're like, where do I go, where do I go, where do I go? And as you're frantically panning the camera around with a flashlight, it will probably catch one of them and you go, ah, reflective surface. That is probably the path. Let's stick to the path for now. Okay.
What is this feeling? Maddie? Is that Maddie?
So this sort of embankment is what I was referring to earlier with the very clearly follow a path. The ads are going to be arriving in 55 seconds. I'm hoping there isn't any new content appearing after the bit we're about to get to. If we're still in ads after we get to it, when we hit the ads, I will backtrack. We will just roam around the forest. I guess I'll discuss level design some more. Hey, Maddie! Why are you in a crime scene, Matty? Okay, a little difference from the old demo to this one. Every time you had one of those headache hallucination sections, it would always, if I remember right, it would put us back to normal view after it, so we wouldn't just be staring at the floor. Which is why it takes me a hot minute to figure out that I need to be doing that. I need to be panning the camera. Well, there's a lot we can... I shouldn't explore this way. I should not explore this half of the forest. We have a very nice play park, though. I guess we can look around the play park a bit while I wait for the ads to finish, and then, you know, we'll wander back that way, have a little bit of a look around on the... more on the left side. And then, when the ads finish, we'll resume making progress. But, as I said, I will be discussing boring things I've seen with the level design through all the years of playing different Doom, Doom 2, Quake, any custom content basically for anything I've enjoyed. I feel like we're moving slower. We are, because I'm crouched. That one's completely on me, Chief. So, I mentioned that, like, when people try to develop levels, maps, if they try to do an open area, it usually isn't great if it's one of their first attempts, because either they have too much clutter and you can't figure out where to go and the path isn't very clear of the right way to go, or you get railroaded effectively by the clutter. There is another option that can happen with very amateur level making, which is it is fucking barren. They'll make a giant open square, they'll put a few things in it, and go, that's good enough. That'll be fine. And it's not. It never is. You've now got a large, wasted open space. Put something in it. Make it somewhat interesting. Break it up a little bit. Don't break it up enough that it's confusing, but break it up just a little bit. Add some height variation. Add some elevation and, like, you know, a little bit of a hill. Maybe crack the ground a bit, make it look like it's, like, broken, or, like, something. Do something with it. Don't just make a large open space and do nothing. I've seen way too many of those. Z Doom Wars, which is a multiplayer total conversion. It's what I'm going to go with. Multiplayer total conversion thing for what was Skulltag is now Zandronum, but you can play it on Z Doom. I think you play GZ Doom as well, but the focus is multiplayer. It turns Doom into a first-person, real-time tactics or strategy. I'm not quite sure what the definition would be, but it turns into one of those games. The way it works is I guess we're not talking about level design now, we're going to talk about Z Doom Wars. I'll get it back to level design, don't worry. You pick a faction based off on different games. Doom, not Quake. Doom, Heretic, Hexen, Strife, Virus, and Chex. And as you attack, you summon units, and as you summon more units, you unlock new units. The units cost different resource between common mana and hero mana. I'm not going to get too much into the details on this. I could go for literally an hour talk about Z Doom Wars. But how this ropes back to level design. There are so many map packs for Z Doom Wars. Base Z Doom Wars has, I think, 40, quote, official levels. Additional map packs, of the ones I've seen that are actually played and are considered good, add, I think, another 30. Some, but tying it back to the official set, I have seen many iterations and variations of those original maps as and when they got improved over time to better support and facilitate different styles of gameplay. Grimwald is an excellent example of a map that has gone through a lot of revisions. I have mixed opinions on the new Grimwald compared to old Grimwald. At least I think it's called Grimwald. I always remember it as the map that has RuneScape music as the map theme. But we won't worry about that. If you were caught by the ads, welcome back. I just rambled about level design and then Doom Wars for 3 minutes. Thrilling, I know. We're going to go look at a play area. Very, very much in a dilapidated state. See, we've got variation here. I've got a lamp over there. That's the cabin. We're not going towards the cabin. We're going to hit the cabin in a really weird way. I'm going to go... I keep doing that. I keep clicking and pointing at the screen like anyone except me can see it. We're going this way. Oh, can I can go this way. So... if this is like the old demo, this is where we're going to start seeing things. Maybe. I haven't caught an alien in my view. Doesn't mean there isn't one. Not seeing any signs of a cult over here. They might have removed it, or I might just not be in the right area. I know roughly where it was in the old demo. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. Oh, yeah, I'm not in the right area. Now I am. I think. Okay, well I can't set foot in the water, so we clearly don't want to get our shoes wet. I don't have a jump. I don't have a jump, and I can't walk in the water. We're stuck. Here's hoping there's an autosave. There was some sort of save system in the first demo. I'm hoping there is in this one. We're probably going to wake up by the car. Yeah. It's section based as opposed to checkpoint.
Happened.
That's okay. We can just go straight
I
there.
was just listening to her cassette and... did I pass out?
So far, we're par for the record on getting into positions I shouldn't be allowed to get into, or shouldn't have gone into. Wait, I picked up the flashlight, but... huh? I'm gonna have to rewatch, but I'm pretty sure I turned the flashlight on before we picked up the flashlight. I may have even picked up the flashlight before opening the car door. Anyway, sprint. We got places to be, Ray. No, we got a hallucination we need to put you through. And then we need to find the little... it's not even a lake. Pond. You find the pond, Ray. You need the pond, Ray. Like ponds, don't you? Little freak. Why am I suddenly trying to make it out like he's some sort of frogman?
Fuck.
Daddy, come play with me.
What?
Don't worry, Matty. I'm coming.
What is this feeling?
I'm gonna push you on your swing.
Maddie?
Do you want to come play in the pond?
Maddie?
Do you want to splash around? There's probably all sorts of waterborne parasites and bacteria there that you... Yeah, your face looks really weird. Okay, Ray, I need you to run up this hill. Okay, that's the cabin. We're cutting it a little bit too far to the right. Go this way, Ray. No beer, no entry? Oh, it's a little, like, outdoor area. Oh, it's a firing range? Is it a firing range, or is that just a makeshift fire pit? It's a makeshift fire pit. Okay. I thought firing range because you set this up as like a... I don't know the word. Stand? Stall? And then, like, shoot out that way and have this catch a brass. But, no, it's a fire pit. I guess, in a way, you could say it is a firing range. It just doesn't, you know... It's for cooking. It's a range. Let's not step foot anywhere near that pond. Let's just... go see this cabin. Is this the work shed? This is. So the cult thing is gone or moved? Well, this is still here, but we'll worry about that in a second. There's... Oh, is the other thing still here then? They still have the really sick graffiti on the wall. Into the dock. The boat has seen better days. Has seen way better days. Okay, the other thing was this way in the old demo. I'm hoping it is here. Okay, I'm not sure if I remember a well. Or a treehouse. Them foxes are at it again. Okay, so the two things that you could find near the cabin in the old demo look like they're gone. So, should I talk about them, or are they going to turn up somewhere else? I'll save it for the end of the demo. If we don't see them, I'll bring them up. If we do see them, then well, I'll mention them when we do see them. This well is probably full of Legionnaire's disease. Oh, book. Can I go in the treehouse? But I want to play! Am I gonna wander over here at some point and just see an alien in the treehouse? That'd be kind of sick, actually. Okay, so let's try and do this normally. Which means we need to go this way and get to the cabin. Oh wait, we're really out the way. I didn't realize how far south we were. Okay. It's cabin time. This outside area, by the way, looks a lot nicer now than it did in the original demo. For one, There's variation in height, which is always good. For the second, I'm pretty sure those flowers aren't magically changing as I get like that. The level of detail range seems to be a bit nicer here. A bit longer. But it's still very clearly shifting some of those flowers to not being the same. It's a nitpick, I'll give it that, but it would be nice if they just reduce the quality without moving around as much. It's very jarring otherwise. Okay. You did it, Kella. Thank you, Cabin. Appreciate you. This is definitely the cabin we saw earlier. Holding my torch up to the glass immediately makes it so I can't really see into the room very well. Sick! Wall art! We need to get inside and look at this graffiti. Might have a Banksy on our hands. Maybe not with that message. Let me guess. Locked? Here's the generator for the TV. Is it still pull it 3 times? It's not even pull it once. Hold on. Nope, fucking thing's busted. So in the old demo, you could interact with this and it would turn a TV on inside. Oh, we were in that room. Okay, yeah, we're definitely in the cabin. You could interact with this, it would turn the TV on, and then if you did it 3 times, it would keep the TV on. This time... yeah, it's broken. They have the skateboard behind, with a really nice design underside. That's probably expensive. Recent campfire means that somebody was here recently. Hence, recent campfire. Ah, good. The main menu theme. Surely this will keep the wolves and coyotes at bay. Axe? Can't use this. I don't want to break the old cabin door. Well, thankfully, I know there's a screwdriver in here. Stuck into the wood like a blood-stained screwdriver. That's even more concerning. Interesting. So this is supposedly the same. Get inside the Roswell family land. 0 of 0. So you're saying we don't own any land? There's nothing to get into? The mission's complete, we can go home? Again, I'm riffing on a minor thing. I'm not actually complaining. Although, it probably should be fixed. Full release of the game, by the way, if I understand it right, is in December. I'd also like to actually put a complaint here, not about the game though. IGN's Indie Horror Showcase having something like 90 games in it, but not having a summary anywhere of every game that was shown, is a choice, and not what I think I like. Oh wait, is that light on? No, it's reflecting. Let's go see if I can stab the screwdriver into the generator and give myself a heart attack. I'm hoping we can. No? We'll probably find then that I have to go turn that generator on after we get inside. But yeah, IGN did an indie horror game showcase, and apparently there were 90 games or something. And I can only find a write-up for like 8 of them. So... And I know that thing went for like 2.5 hours. Ah. Someone is broken out of my place.
Fuck.
still very much like the demo. If I stand at a weird distance, do we still see the guy doing yoga? Oh. There he is. There he is. He's sat there, crouched and ready. Look at him. Look at him. He's... Oh, the demo stops at the same point as before?
Go to sleep now, little one. Close your eyes, it's sleeping time. When the stars start to align, you'll see me without this.
Okay.
mask.
I thought there was more to this demo.
But you'll come back. We'll take you there every night. 20 years, you'll see the light. Everything's part of our plan. Close your eyes, it's sleeping time.
Okay. First off, the two things we couldn't find that were in the old demo but have been removed. I mentioned something relating to a cult and something relating to a kidnapping. There's actually a few things that have been removed that I mentioned one, it was the generator. This is... Please don't be like Craven Man. We'll get to Craven Man. Bang through this, we have the main menu to look at. Okay. The cult thing that is missing, or I just didn't find it, is that if you look around... How should I try to position this? If you take the play park in relation to the cabin as the play park being northwest of the cabin, in the old demo to the northeast of the cabin, there is a alien mask on the floor near a pile of, well, I say pile, some bones, and the bones lead off to the side of an embankment. And Ray mentions, hey, this seems sort of weird. Is there like some sort of like alien cult? And if you take the same orientations, the south, where we went to go look where the treehouse was, Ray notices bloodied clothing strewn in a pathway, and he says, this looks like Mattie's clothes. Which, if you've looked in her room, you will recognize those clothes as being her clothes, because the hat for the coffee shop is also there, and it's also bloodied. That wasn't here either. The generator being able to pull it and slightly turn the TV on, pull it 3 times, then the TV comes on. That was gone. As I said, when I noticed that, it's like, oh, maybe we go inside and then we have to go like back outside to turn the TV on, and then like things happen. The only completely new thing, as far as I can tell, is the changed intro sequence. Before, it was a cutscene of Amanda carving something into her leg with a screwdriver. This time, it's waking up in the cabin and having a nightmare about Amanda threatening something, probably, murder-suicide, involving a Mattie when she's younger. I was expecting more from the demo, given that otherwise, content-wise, this seems less than the old one. I say that it is definitely more refined and it is a better demo. It's just... This is where I need to bring up Craven Manor. Craven Manor was an indie game that released like early 2010. And then it didn't. It then decided it would have a demo for a full release where you would have to pay for it to play it. I think it's still available on Steam. This isn't an endorsement of Craven Manor before I get any further, for reasons I'm going to elaborate on. So Craven Manor releases a demo, which is a cut-down version of the old release. So I'm going to refer to that as the original release. And they say that for the paid release, that Craven Manor will feature more rooms, more content, and other endings. And so I bought Craven Manor, I played Craven Manor, and it is functionally the original release with 2 extra rooms and 1 extra ending. And you can get that ending through those 2 extra rooms. The alternate ending doesn't really justify the price tag, neither does the fact that the full paid release of Craven Manor, the only difference to the original release being 2 rooms and an alternate ending, not great. Now, why this is giving me concern is the old demo, I believe, was 2 years old. And then this demo released 2 days late. Now, you could say time zones, so we'll say charitably 1 day late. It was supposed to release on the 27th of October. It released, depending on time zone, on the 28th or 29th of October. And given that it's... If my understanding of when the original demo release was right, that it has been around for 2 years, releasing a new demo like this, and it being late, and it ending at the same point as the old one, isn't... I'm not as optimistic. I'm cautious. We'll go with cautious. I'm cautious about the full release. I still want to see the full release. I still think this is a very interesting game and an interesting concept. And as I said, if what they put in the trailer is correct, and it does release in December, then we'll probably pick it up some point around then and see what it's like in the full release. But, and this is a cautious but, I'm hoping this doesn't end up being similar to Craven Manor. Let me say, there's a lot of promise here, there's a lot of like interesting things. It's got a good atmosphere going for it. I'm just... yeah. Hopeful, but cautiously optimistic.